Here we go again. I swear. I don't know. YouTube has got, I don't know, YouTube don't like me or something. Something's going on because I swear, literally, this is the second time that I have gone live. And, oh crap, hang on, I gotta disconnect. This is the second time I've gone live and YouTube is just like, yeah, no, we're not doing this. Whatever you think is gonna happen is not gonna happen. So don't get your hopes up. Ow, dang it. I'm like pinching my fingers. Fortunately, we do have backup plans. So I'm just gonna have to make it do what it do. Because this just doesn't want to work with me tonight. So it is what it is. It's fine. We're gonna make it work because we always do. Right? We always make it work. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking since we're going to go back live on my phone again, I'm probably going to go ahead and just grab my tripod because that would be helpful. I'm so sorry. I thought this time we were going to be good to go because last time it was actually a YouTube issue. It really was a YouTube issue last time. Like you know, it was like, they were like, oh, we're aware of the issue. Y'all see all that like water damage on our ceiling? It's crazy. They're like, yeah, we're aware of the issue. We're trying to fix it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, are you? Are you though? So hold on. I'm going to bring you over here. Hold tight. Hold the phone. Because like I said, now we're having to kind of like switch things up a little bit because of the fact that we're having to do this a different way. So you might see me do like this and I'm kind of like face towards my laptop. I'm here. I am here with you. I just have like some of my notes and stuff on my laptop, so I need to be able to like see what I'm doing. Let me see. I swear sometimes I just don't know how to like navigate this stuff. All right, is the volume low there? Okay, so it is showing that I'm live. I'm just gonna pull myself up really quick. Okay, all right, so cool. So I think we're good. Hi. Let me see if I can, hold on. I'm old and my eyes is. Final boss. What up? What up though? Welcome. I'm sorry for like, I'm sorry. Like, I promise you, I'm not normally this bad when it comes to tech. I don't know what's happening tonight. It's like YouTube is like, nah, girl. Nah, you think you about to jump on desktop? Let me show you what you about to get on mobile. I'm like, dang it. So, are you a new? Yes. Okay. I think you're saying, are you a new content creator? So, I feel like every time I answer something, it's like I got a story to tell you. So, I'm actually not a new content creator, but this is just a newer channel. So, this channel I probably had for roughly about a year, maybe a little bit over a year. I did have a channel before when I was heavy into like bodybuilding and muscle gain, lean muscle gain, weight loss, all that stuff. And so I actually stopped doing that because that was no longer relevant in my life. And I was like, I can't continue putting out content if it doesn't like, you know, like I have to be authentic. So after I had my kids, like I kind of went through like a whole transformational thing, right? And I'm like, okay, I want to talk to people about like transformation and just elevating their life and mindset shifts and, you know, and really be able to like walk this walk with other people and get advice and connect and stuff like that. So I was like, I kind of didn't know where to start. So I was like, you know what, let me just kind of start talking about the things in my life that are relevant to me right now. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to find my tribe here. So, long story longer, I'm not new to this, but this is a new channel. So I'm just kind of like getting into like the landscape of things with like YouTube. Now it's like YouTube and TikTok and all this other stuff, trying to keep up with it. But I am having a good time for sure. And I'm loving meeting new people here. So yeah. Fish gaming, you got fished. Okay. I'm gonna try to pronounce your name. Please don't get on me if I don't have it pronounced correctly. Is it Arnaud Foot Christmas? I don't know. I'm trying, boo. I mispronounce everything. So if I mispronounce your name or your handle, forgive me, please. I do not know what you're saying if you're not speaking English. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, Chat GPT, what did this person just say? Um, so, hey, what's going on, bro? Welcome. J Thrill, finally, I'm getting my life together. Like, I swear, this YouTube is just like, I don't know. I don't know what's popping with this thing. It just doesn't like me. And then it's like, so I'm trying to look to see, okay, look, I got my device here so I can see what you guys are seeing. Because I'm trying to make this a better experience, but YouTube want to hate on Playa all the time. This is literally the second time I've tried to go live, and it's like anytime I try to get on through the computer, YouTube is just not having it. But when I get on through my phone, it's just like, oh yeah, girl, you good. So thank you, and I really do appreciate that. I'm grateful to be able to meet such sweet people like you, and just jumping on YouTube. And so I'm terrified. Okay, just so you know, I am absolutely terrified. Getting on live is kind of a scary thing, but I really enjoy being able to connect with other people. I kind of said that just a little bit ago. And so my brother, who you'll see me referencing, he's here in the chat, Jamil, DJ J Thrill, that's my bro. We are both content creators, and we talk about this stuff all the time. And I've kind of gone down the spiel about, like, you know, oh, my nervousness and anxiety of coming back and this and this and that. So I'm kind of like fighting my own little things there. But I think just like connecting with other people, and just being not only a subscriber and a viewer of other people's things, but coming back as like a content creator as well, it just sort of comes, you know, full circle. And so it's always a blessing to be able to like meet great people. So yeah, that's awesome. And thank you for saying that. So excited to hear you. Yeah, okay, yes, absolutely. So I definitely don't want to keep everybody too long, because I know that this is like a work night, you know, for a lot of people, work night, school night, that kind of thing. But I did want to jump into some stuff, because anytime I'm like trying to figure out like what is it that I'm going to get into, what are we talking about tonight, it's always stuff that's like super relevant to what it is that I'm going through or have gone through recently. So it's like a list of like drill down stuff. And there's some things that like eventually will make it to long form. But I'm like, you know what? Sometimes I think it's important to get on live, because I can release long form videos all day like it's nothing. But I'm like, hey, boo, welcome. I can release them like it's nothing. But what good is it to release long form content if you're not actively engaging with your audience, with your community? And these are important things, right? I know for me, this sounds kind of cliche, but I'm going to say it. I kind of wanted to be that content creator that I wish I followed, because a lot of the content creators I follow, they're very big. You know what I mean? They're like big names. They got big numbers. They got all this stuff going on, which is a major blessing. But at the same time, I feel like it almost makes them like not human, because I can't connect with them in the way that I want to. Like if I leave a comment, for example, I can't trust that this person is going to like respond to my comment in a timely way. It's kind of like you're a bigger creator, so you have bigger fish to fry. You got other things going on. Whereas I'm like, I just want to get a question answered. Like, can you answer the question for the little people? So I was like, I want to do something a little bit different than what I've been seeing. So I want to make it a routine thing where I'm going live and I'm answering questions. We're having real conversations. I'm always like the main one to be like, oh, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. But I'm like, you can't just be spitting out videos like that. I think that's okay, but I think the main thing that a lot of people are missing, especially as it pertains to social media these days, is people are missing that kind of human connection. And that's a little bit weird to say that, especially as it pertains to social media. But I think that's what people are looking for. I think people are tired of kind of like that content creator just comes on, is like, hey guys, I have a new video, come check it out, subscribe to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Nobody's trying to like check for that. Like, let's have a real conversation where I'm seeing people in the chat and I'm like, hey, welcome back, let's talk, how you been, how's your week been, blah blah blah, kind of like old friends. So hi guys. Like your hair, thank you. It looked much better earlier. I don't know what's happening right now, but we holding on for dear life. But yeah, so just before, as people are kind of coming in and out, I'm kind of just rambling a little bit about some of the things on social media and how I think it's really important to connect. So I'm trying something different. I'm I'm actually practicing what I preach, because all these videos where I'm talking about, oh, you gotta elevate and you gotta like, you gotta go past your comfort zone, outside of your comfort zone, and all that stuff. I'm actively doing it. So it's happening. It's happening, friends. So again, it's Thursday night. Not trying to keep it all a long time, but I do want to talk about something that like I've been battling too. So that's why I really want to get into talking about like seeking approval. I think that that's something that is universal. Like, oh, thank you, bro. I'm proud of you too. I'm proud of you too. I really appreciate that, especially from another content creator. That definitely means a lot. If you guys don't know these gentlemen in the chat, Farrah Donaldson, Jamil Wilson, they are some awesome, awesome content creators. If you have a moment, please click on their profile. If you like what you see, the content, go ahead and subscribe to them, because they are really amazing. They're very motivational, very inspirational. I really live for like the things that they do, and just their purpose. They're such amazing people in real life. I can actually speak to that. So I'm not just telling you guys, go check them out. Like, they're really dope people. So, but just jumping back in, I got my computer over here, so I'm looking at my notes. I am right here, but I'm looking at my notes. So, basically, just one of the things that I kind of wanted to talk about, because we kind of touched on this a little bit in the last live, where we talked about like boundaries, right? And I remember I was talking to you guys about like sometimes the people that kind of step over those boundaries are the ones who are the closest to us, right? And I think that a lot of that is because of the fact that they are so close to you, so they don't really respect the boundaries. Those are the people who you probably grew up with. Those are the people who probably raised you, mentored you in some way. Just the closeness of the relationship, it kind of sort of, it's kind of like, well, no, I don't have to really respect your boundaries, because like I know you, so we're good. You know what I'm saying? Like, or people just kind of get a case of the entitlement, right? I call it like the unnecessary entitlement, where people feel like they can get away with like a whole lot of stuff because they're close to you, they have a relationship with you. So, well, listen, if I'm that close to you, you should be able to let me get away with it because we're cool like that. I'm like, no, not necessarily, because I feel like if anything, you should be the one to draw the line and say, I should respect this boundary because of the fact that as my whatever, my friend, my mentee, my whoever you are, like we have a close relationship and I do love you and respect you, so therefore I should respect your boundaries, right? I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand with how you when you're seeking approval from people. Sometimes though it can be seeking approval from people that we know or people that we don't know, which I've always felt that was a little bit strange, but it's not uncommon. You're always trying to kind of get that approval or that praise from people that you don't know, because sometimes, real talk, it's like difficult to get that from people who are in our inner circle. So sometimes you feel like you have to go outside of that circle to get that approval and to get that, like, that you got to fill those gaps and someone's got to do it. So if it's not the people who's going to be in your space, you got to go out and you have to look for that. I think people are looking for that validation. I don't know if like you guys, if it's making sense what I'm saying, but if you guys get what I'm talking about, you can feel free to leave a comment. I'm not asking for your whole life story. You don't have to share that if you don't want to, but just let me know, like, is anything I'm saying, does it make sense? Is it resonating with you? Is there anybody in your life that you could be like, yo, I know somebody like that. I got somebody in my life who is just like that. And or are you that person? Are you that person that doesn't respect boundaries? Let's talk about that. Nobody wants to admit that, though. I know I wouldn't want to admit it. I definitely wouldn't want to admit it. But I think when it comes to people pleasing, I think that is just so almost ingrained in us. Everybody grows up differently, right? We all don't have like the same childhood. We don't grow up on the same side of the tracks. That's not all of us. But I think one of the things that people deal with, and let me just say that it doesn't really matter in my experience, my opinion, my viewpoints, is Like, I feel like it could happen in any stage of life. I've seen from like young kids wanting approval from parents or teachers to teenagers who want to have validation from like their friends. I've seen young adults do it. I've seen, sadly enough, much older individuals who you think like they're like, yeah, I don't need no validation from nobody, like I'm good. But they be like some of the main ones who's like who like is looking for validation, because I think that we all kind of like that. Some of us might consider that kind of like that ego stroke that you get when somebody's like, just, I don't know, just complimenting you, just buttering you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. And I think sort of like our brains are sort of wired to like that, because we like that praise, right? We want to be able to know that somebody thinks highly of us, and that you want to be open and talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Because like, real talk, if you have something negative to say about me, I'm probably not going to be like, oh my gosh, feed it to me, I want to know everything negative about me. I'm going to be like, I ain't trying to hear all that. Like, but if you have something nice to say about me, I might be like, I'm listening. I'll be a lapdog, straight up. If you got something like super nice to say about me, I'll be like, I'm here all day. I got all the time in the world. Whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about it. Just make sure it's positive. But at the same time, I think I kind of battle with this with a certain someone. I'm not gonna name any names because I'm not trying to be messy. But a certain someone, I'll say that I do kind of have a battle with this, and it's kind of like that person that always wants to hear the good. They always, all the time, they want to hear the good. Right. You listen. If you know, you know. The eyes they just tell it all. Like, they want to hear all the good. They don't want to hear any of the bad, right? Even though sometimes I think it's important. I think it's important that you do hear the bad, because here's the thing. There's a difference between like constructive criticism, right, and deconstructive criticism. And so, destructive is what I meant to say. Constructive and destructive. And so I feel like there's a major difference between the two. And you have to always keep in mind that whenever you're having a conversation with somebody, just kind of you probably already know this. I'm telling you something you already know. But you have to remember that whenever anyone has something to say about you, whether it's good or bad, you always have to consider the source, okay? And I say that with intention. I say that with good intention because of the fact that depending on like your circle, your close circle of people, it says a lot about you. I'm sure you guys have heard the age-old phrase, birds of a feather. You know how it goes, right? And so, like, I think about all of the people I'm surrounded by, all of my everybody, family, friends, everybody, right? And those people who add value to my life. I think about those people whose opinions I respect, right? And so I'm like, if they have something to say about me, and let's say in my mind, I don't consider it positive, I might consider it's not positive, it's negative. It might just be realistic. It might be that thing that I need to hear that's going to be the difference between me being like average, or even putting out average work, and somebody who is like actually excelling at what it is that they're doing. I'm going to give you a really quick example, and I'm going to embarrass a couple of people in this chat because I'm going to call y'all out, but I don't think y'all mind. So it's kind of funny because my brother, Jay Thrill in the chat, my hubby, Farah, who's in the chat, they're the ones who I look to, like, okay, advice. You guys are, you guys have the knowledge, right? And so I'm not coming at it from a perspective of this is my husband, this is my brother. I'm looking at it like you are like a master of your craft and I need to learn from you. You see what I'm saying? And so I feel like when I think about it like that, it makes it a little bit easier almost. It sort of softens the blow a little bit. So if they come back and say, sis, listen, let's have a conversation. I need to tell you about what you're doing wrong, and what you need to consider. For me, I consider the source. 9 times out of 10, I came to you because I respect your opinion. And you gave me not exactly what I was looking for, because I might be like, dang, like they kind of, they tell me what I need to hear, even though I don't want to hear it, but they tell me what I need to hear. And to me, that is everything. So even if I'm in my feelings about stuff, I really have to look at it on a more global scale and be like, you know what, though? They're right. They're right. I've been slacking. I'm not doing what I know I'm supposed to be doing. I said I was going to do this, and I'm doing that. And so how can I bring it back to one? You know what I'm saying? And so that went like way left. Like I'm talking about left. Like that, But I think in that moment, I wasn't necessarily seeking approval. I think I was seeking something, but didn't know what it was until after the conversation was had. And I don't know if you guys kind of have this stuff happen to y'all too, but do y'all ever y'all might be looking for something, you're not really sure what it is, or y'all might be praying about something, and then something just happens. And you're like, oh, wow, like maybe this isn't exactly what I thought I was going to get out of it, but I got more out of it than what I expected. Or maybe it could have been something that you hadn't prayed about yet, but it's like living rent free in that dome. And you're like, oh, wow, like something came about and I hadn't even prayed about it yet. Like, that's crazy. I don't know, real quick before I move on, let me know in the comments if that's something that you've gone through. Like, have you experienced that at all? At all? Yes or no? You don't have to write a long thing, but just let me know. Because I can tell you it's definitely happened to me on more than one occasion. And that's how I know, like I'm moving in the right direction, because of the fact that I'm like, okay, cool. I got what I didn't really ask for this. I thought I didn't ask for this, but clearly I got that. I got what I needed. So I'm going to keep it pushing. And it's usually a really great motivator too. Like, that's awesome when you can have stuff that like just happens like that. You're like, yo, this is dope. Like, okay, I didn't think anybody was listening. And then guess what? Boom, it happens. Absolutely. Okay, J Thrill, God's divine intervention, I call it. Right? Because I'd be like, not that I'm like, God, I feel like you forgot about me, but I'd be like, God, like, I've been struggling with a K down here. I need your assistance. And God is like, I got you. Yeah, okay, thumbs up. I know you know. I know you know, because and Vera and I, we are always talking about these things all the time. Well, it'll be like a situation that happened, and then we'll come back home and be like, listen, this is crazy. And it's kind of funny. We have like this inside joke. It's a joke because it's the truth. And we'll be like, yeah, but God is good though. We could be like, man, these Doritos are so good, but God is good. I'm like, dang, man. My lips are so dry, but God is good though. It's like it doesn't have anything to do with anything, but no matter what, God is good. And we're just always going to say that no matter what, because we're believers and we're slightly ridiculous. But I kind of wanted to right. Exactly. God is good all the time. All right. All right, just going down my notes here real quick. So let me ask you this. I have a real question that I want you to answer. So do you guys, being that you guys are in this world, you guys are heavy into content, you guys consume heavy content, but then you produce heavy content. Well, I know, J Thrill, you said that you kind of like pulled back from social media a little bit. But let me ask, when it comes to like social media, do you guys, even if it's like, not like proactively, but do you guys in some instance feel any type of pressure from social? Like, do y'all feel that at all from social media? And what I mean by that is like, do you guys feel the need to get some sort of validation from it? So for example, if you put a post out, let's say you put a post out tonight. You put a lot of hard work into it, did your editing, did everything, got everything optimized, ready to go, and you put it out tonight, right? And you didn't get the bites that you thought you would. You didn't get them hearts, you didn't get them comments, you didn't get them views. And it's not like a algorithm thing. It's not like, nothing like that. It could be like a couple of days went by and you got like nothing. You got like breadcrumbs. How does that make y'all feel? From a content creator standpoint, how do you feel about that? Do you guys feel like because of the lack of engagement that you guys got, that you feel like it wasn't good enough? Does that make you question yourself as a content creator? Does it make you question yourself in terms of being able to know what your audience is looking for? How do you guys like navigate that? I would really be interested in knowing that, because everybody has their own struggle with it. And so, I don't know. I feel like this is good convo to have, especially with content creators. If there are any other content creators here in the room, feel free to drop your answer too. The answer's for everybody, not just for those two, but it's for everybody. How do you feel when you put a lot of work into something and you getting it ready and you getting ready to post it and you're like, okay, everything is a go, and you do all this, you post it, and then like a couple days later, you don't get those bites. Ain't nobody really hitting. Nobody's saying anything. The hearts they're invalid. Like, it's not happening. Like, where do you guys stand with that? All right, Mr. FLD, can be tough, but you have to learn from it. I like it. Can't take it personal. Use it to your advantage and make the necessary adjustments for the next post. You know what? Let me just go ahead and say this for the record. This is exactly why I said, like, this guy right here knows what he's talking about. And this is why I go to him for advice, because of the fact that, like, sometimes we get lost in the sauce. I know y'all heard that phrase. You get lost in the sauce. And so it's really easy to look for that, like, validation from somebody else. It's really easy to look for that, almost like that approval, but almost like it's translating into looking for permission from somebody. And that's huge, because that's taking it to a whole nother level. But when we put so much stock into what other people think or what other people say or whatever, the problem is that we wind up kind of losing authority over our own viewpoints and our own opinions, right? You could go into it, for example, saying, I'm a person who's highly confident. I love myself. I don't doubt my abilities. I'm this person. I'm all of that, right? You walk into a room and here's my portfolio, and somebody's like, nah, what is this? What is this? What is this? And then all of a sudden, like, you find yourself like questioning yourself, right? Like, dang, what was I thinking? I really thought this was going to be something. And I was hyped because I put a lot of work into it. So I thought other people would see it for how I saw it, right? And then they don't. And they give it back to you and they're like, do better. So when that happens, how do you wind up feeling? Like, right? I know I do. I'm not going to lie. And I mean, it happens on a regular basis with me. But like, I feel like, dang, like, I really feel like I put my best foot forward, but maybe I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe. So just tying in with what you said, FLD, about just learning from that and trying not to take it personal. Sometimes I know it's hard because we really put a lot of our work into it, and we feel like that kind of is like a piece of us, right? Like, we put hard work into it. And we're like, so when you put something in front of somebody that you spent so much time and you invested in, and they come back and they're like, it's not good enough, it's almost like you feel like they're saying that you're not good enough, right? And it sucks that we kind of like internalize things, and not everybody, but some of us internalize things that way, and we sort of connect it, like, my work is me. So you're saying that I'm no good. You're saying that, like, I suck, but to be able to, again, what I said kind of earlier on in the live about thinking about who is the source of this information, who is the person that's saying this first off. Is it someone that you respect because they are worthy of being respected? Or is it someone you respect because of their position? Because listen, that's a whole nother situation, because if you really consider the source, it'll give you more information than you know, because then you can make the determination as to whether or not that advice is even worthy of considering for any further adjustments, right? All right. All right. I question myself a little. Okay. Absolutely. That's fair. Then I have to regroup and gather myself. Okay, I like that. I like it a lot. I think that it takes like I'm gonna sound like such a little kid. It takes a real grown up, right? It takes it takes a real grown up to just be like, okay, I receive what you're telling me. I may not like it, but I receive what you're telling me. Okay, you say this needs work, this needs work, and then you really look at it like, you critique your own work, and then you're like, okay, I can kind of see how da 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 da, and then whoever it is that's giving you the critique or whatever, they should be able to explain themselves too. Don't just let a person get away with, this isn't good enough because of this, or maybe even you're not good enough because of that, da 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 da. Because this is the thing. People sometimes who have like opinions that are credible will have something to add to it, right? That how people always say, well, I want to see receipts. I want to see receipts. So if someone has something to say and it's justified, I need you to be able to like give me a little bit of information. But if, for example, you're giving me an opinion about what you think about me based off nothing, then guess what? I got to consider the source and be like, boo-boo, you ain't, your opinion ain't, and it is what it is. I'm just keeping it real, because you be thinking it. You might not say it, but you be thinking it. I know I do. But like, you can't, that's why you can't be hung up on what other people say, because sometimes other people, and I'm here to tell you too, based off personal experience, this is kind of getting off topic a little bit, but people also, they project a lot. People be projecting. That's a real thing. People be doing, and it like it's nothing, and they will try to throw their problems on you, so that way you feel like, a pile of crap. And here, you deal with it how you deal with it, and you just gonna process that and whatever. I don't think it should be a matter of. I don't think the conversation is necessarily how you're processing what a person just said to you, as much as it is like, why are you okay with like downing people? That says more about you. You see what I'm saying? So the highlight mainly becomes more about that person. You know what I'm saying? And why you're idolizing that person in the first place. You see what I'm saying? We like that, I feel, is like the major meat and potatoes of everything. Because if it's really somebody that you value with good reason, sound logic, and reasoning, and you can say, I respect this person's opinion because of this, not because of a position that they hold, not because they're popular, not because they're fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually like, okay, I respect this person's position because this person would never steer me wrong. They've never done me wrong before. This is a person who I hold in high regard. And literally their word has never come back void. That's the type of, for me, I feel like if you're not that and you're in my life, we can't be close, period. But this is only if I respect the person that's telling me. There it is. That's it. And that's a major thing too. I don't think it's necessarily wrong. So let me just say that, because I don't want anybody to like misconstrue what I'm saying and be like, oh, well, are you saying it's wrong to like seek approval? I don't think it's wrong to seek approval. I really don't. But as it's been the theme throughout this video, it's important to make sure that the person that you are seeking that approval from, seeking that validation or whatever, or praise, because we all go through it. I could sit here and say, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And we could talk about the pros and the cons of this and you investing your time and energy in this stuff. But the truth of the matter is we all do it. We're all human. And even if we do it, we don't want to admit that we're doing it or being proactive about it. We all are puppy dogs. And every now and again, we want a belly rub. Okay? We do. And that's just what it is. But I think I think also just sort of getting back to the topic at hand in terms of like how to kind of get out of that. So, one of the things I have been trying recently that, spoiler alert, this is hella basic. So don't be coming over here thinking that, oh my, she's going to have some divine advice for me. This is basic. And it doesn't get more basic than this. Um, so, one of the things I have found that has given me a lot of, I don't know how to say it. I don't even really know how to articulate this, but like one of the things that have been helpful that has been helpful for me in terms of not being so focused on what's going on outside my bubble that really doesn't matter is really just focusing on me and what makes me happy. Over the last few weeks, and you guys will notice if you take a little stroll through my channel. Over the last few weeks, I have been learning to take my own advice, which is hard sometimes. It's very hard. But I have been taking my own advice and the advice that I've been giving other people here on social media. It's always like, oh, this will help you. Do this tip, this trick, this hack, this secret. But I'm like, are you doing it? Are you being a woman of your word? Are you practicing what you preach? Because you over here, you can't steer other people a direction, and you're over here like, I'm gonna go to the left, y'all go to the right, and let me know how it works out. So I've been taking my advice, and I have been making it a personal effort to show up for myself, no matter what, no matter what questions I have, what doubts I have. If I do have doubts, just push forward anyway, right? Just keeping true to pushing through, no matter what. I have many times that I wake up and I'm like, man, why am I still doing this? Why am I still pushing for this? Is this even going to work out? Is this, like, what's the real purpose? Because I just feel like I might be expending more energy than what it's worth. My supervisor actually says something really cute, and I really like it. And he says sometimes he wonders whether or not the juice is worth the squeeze or something like that. I thought that was so cute. So I was like, I'm going to have to snatch that from you. But yeah, so that's a real thing, right? And I think it's safe to say we all go through that, right? And let me know, like, don't just, I'm not here to just be like da 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 da. Like, I can ramble, but I mean, there's a comment section here for a reason. So if you feel where I'm coming from, feel free at any time to go ahead and interject. So we can talk. That's why I'm live, so that way we can have a real conversation. This is meant to be more candid, not just me running off at the mouth. But if I'm saying something that's hitting home, I want you to let me know, because we can talk more about this. And this might even be, how do I want to say this? It might even be a pivot in terms of some of the content that I share. So this isn't just reserved for live, but it could also work for long form. It could work for short form, because I'll be jumping back on shorts here soon too, which is yet another way how I'm showing up for myself, pushing myself within reason. So all the things, for example, just kind of going back to what I was talking about, all the things that I have been holding myself back from, those self-sabotaging techniques that I have become so good at, I'm trying to work against the grain as it pertains to that, because I know on the other side is a better version of myself, essentially. I kind of don't like that phrase, but that's what it is, And so I'm challenging myself in this season to show up for myself, to be better, to be the person that I know inside I truly am, right? And also to connect with other people who might be having some of those same struggles. I know that in the last live, there were some people that jumped on, and I forget the gentleman's name, but he was asking for a shout out in the first live. But we kind of all wound up talking about something that I did not intend on talking about, which was like, I was showing y'all my setup. We were talking a little bit of content creation and stuff like that. But I kind of liked the organic feel of that, and I felt like I was at home. And circling back to the topic at hand, I was bringing all of this up to say that what really helped me to get out of my head about what, if people are thinking about me or talking about me, or if I need to seek approval from a person I don't even know. What really got me out of that was learning to focus on myself, learning to focus on my goals. Even if I don't know like what my life's purpose is yet, the most important thing is to start from those things that I have an interest in or I've developed really good skill in, and just hone in on that until I can kind of weave my way and navigate through and really find that thing that kind of like fills me up. And so content creation, I think, is a facet of it, right? But I think it's more deep than that. It's much deeper than that. And so I'm still having fun in this journey of trying to like experience this thing and learn these things, but it's caused my mind to get going on a more positive aspect. I'm not focused now on what this person's got to say. I'm not focused on whether or not she thinks I'm good enough. I'm not focused on the things that used to just drive my energy down. Like I used to put my energy in stuff that's like real talk, it just doesn't even matter. Like it does not matter. And that is all my brain was filled with. Was just like, this, if she says this, I'm gonna say this. And if she comes back with this, well, I'm ready for her. It's like, girl, you are really mentally busy. You need to like get it together. Because you got too much going on mentally, and all this energy you could be taking and putting it towards something positive, as opposed to this stuff right here that don't make no sense. Nobody's gonna care about, nobody's gonna remember. Just leave it alone. And it was hard because for so long that's what I was used to. Just like, just always feeling like I needed to get validation from somebody or seek approval from someone, or try to get someone to understand my point. Like I would just go so hard to like prove a point about something. And it finally just came, where it's like, okay, focus on yourself. Focus on what you need to focus on. Focus on those things that make you happy, that give you some sort of purpose and creates tasks for you to be busy, and how you can be better. And that's what you need to focus on, instead of focusing on all this other stuff that's just like, it doesn't even add value to your life. And true tea, if you were talking with a friend of yours and she told you about the situation she was in, about how she's giving her time to all these other things that don't matter, you would tell her to focus on herself. So why would you not take that advice if that's the advice you would give? I don't understand it. I don't understand at all. At all. So I say that because, like I said, I think it's something that a lot of us can, kind of like, I think it resonates with a lot of people. I think that you're better off getting into a mindset of somebody else's opinion is just not my business, or your approval is not my business. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, that's you, and that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. Everybody is. But I don't have to live my life based off of what you think about me. I don't have to, it depends on the situation, like if you're working on something like a project or something for work, to a degree, of course it has to go through certain processes and whatnot, I'm pretty sure, to get approved, but I don't need to worry about what, Susie at Walmart, who is, working in customer service, I don't need to be worried about what she thinks about me or my life. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to have people like that who are like judgmental, who just, they have nothing going on for themselves. They just, talk a lot of crap, and it makes them feel good. Again, consider the source, and consider maybe the reason why they're doing that is maybe because they're projecting. That's not justification. It's just kind of making you think outside the box a little bit about what a person could be going through. But if there really is somebody who is out there and that's your name and you work at Walmart, I don't mean any offense. I was just using you as an example. But yeah, I think it's, in this instance, I think it's really important to give yourself permission to focus on you. I think we're always looking for something, right? We're always looking for like, oh, when I get this, I'm going to get going. When I got this going, I'm going to do that. When I get this money, I'm going to move forward and do this. And I'm guilty of that too. To this day, I'm still guilty of it. But I think that we need to just give ourselves permission to just move in our in our own light, despite whatever is going on outside, right? Because here's the thing, and take it for what it's worth, it's not going to stop. People are not going to stop judging you. People are not going to stop criticizing. You're probably going to continue to like want validation and things like that. But I think it's important to take all of the energy that is focused on outside things and really bring it to a place where you can control it and focus on what makes you happy. You know, I'm not trying to sound cliche. I have a lot of little cliche lines that I use, and that's because I'm seasoned. I'm a seasoned vet of the old cliche lines. But I think it's important. Everything is important. I think it's important to note that you know, this time in your life is short, and you deserve to be able to do things that make you happy, right? Invest in those things that make you happy. Like I said earlier, even if you don't really know like what your purpose is yet, you can still be working towards trying to figure it out. But you constantly seeking that approval from other people and thinking that that's what you need to live off of, or oh, if this person's, my pastor said that I probably shouldn't do this, so I'm not going to do it. If it's not hurting other people, if it's not like unethical, if it's not illegal, I mean, you deserve to revisit that and see if it's something that's like, it could be. It could be something that is for you. So don't you know, live your life for other people, right? You need to focus on living your life for you. That is what you need to focus on. And so when I started kind of shifting my mindset and focusing more on how can I not only do the things I love to do, but how can I use it as a way to help other people, it became bigger than what I was going through or what I was seeking. And soon that stuff just started falling away. It just wasn't as important anymore. And my brother here will tell you, my husband here will tell you the same thing. Because I'm the person who's always like, do you think I should do this? Okay, do you think this is too much though? But like, how much should I post? And should I put this on a post? And should I add this video? What should I do in terms of my format? And da-da-da. And it was just like, I was just asking questions. But the problem was I was sabotaging my whole daggone process. Because I was spending all of this time trying to seek something, trying to find something, as opposed to getting into it, getting my hands dirty and actually working in it. And so I was giving myself permission to be stalled. And I was like, you know, yeah, it's that sometimes can be a disease. I'm so sorry. I literally was like going on a tangent and I didn't even read your message. Very true. I like the validation, but I don't necessarily need it and not seeking it. There you go. See, realizing it is just half the battle, right? Realizing it is definitely half the battle. So, yeah. But that's, again, I mean, I just feel like I'm just kind of like repeating myself over and over that I'm not going to do that. But I want anyone who is either in the chat right now or who is going to come back and watch the replay, because I'll leave the replay up. I really want you to be able to take the information that I gave to you. Like I said, this is not some great, grand, glorious thing, but I want you to really just take this information and kind of sit on it and just let me know like what your takeaways are. You know what I mean? Like and where you are with it and how you feel like you can use this information to better yourself. You know, in any form, like whatever it is that you're involved in. And it could be like personal, it could be professional, whatever. I want to keep this conversation going too, because I feel like these are like very important topics. I feel like a lot of people can relate to this. And, you know, whether it's about approval, whether it's about seeking validation, even content creator talk as it pertains to like social media and like the exhaustion of it all. And, you know, how are you guys feeling about that? I think that's definitely conversations that need to be had. And in addition to, of course, if there's anything that might be related to something like that, but it's not like specifically within this subtopic, I'm open to like receiving that as well. Feel free to let your girl know so we can have a conversation about it. But yeah, that's what it is. That's all I got for the greater good for tonight's live. I hope you guys really got some value out of this one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You guys are probably already subscribed, so I'm not worried about it. But yeah, this live actually turned out to be a little bit more like chatty from my side than I had intended. I want a little more from the crowd, but it doesn't matter. You guys are awesome, and I love what you guys had said earlier, and just kind of giving that advice, because like I said, I look to J Thrill, I look to my husband for advice. And so these chats, all of the stuff that's happening here live, it's also going to be on a playback as well, so people can take a peek and see what you guys are saying, because this is really important stuff. So anyway, thank you. I appreciate you guys for carving out some time for me tonight. We'll be back at it again next Wednesday. Yes, next Wednesday. Might be 7:30, might be 8. I haven't really figured that out yet, but I will I'll update you guys on like Instagram and also through the community posts as well. So yeah. But anyway, see you guys again next Wednesday, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Love y'all.